In describing the postmodern qualities of Heiner Müller's Hamlet machine, Marc Fortier states that the play is typically postmodern in its fragmentation, complex irony, overlaying of cultural quotations, and mixing of traditional and current cultural images. The above herald by the improv mafia certainly fits Fortier's description, and when one looks at how a herald functions, it becomes clear that its fragmentation, ironic juxtapositions, and cultural satire play a vital role in the herald's structure and humor. To be successful, the herald relies on and requires a convergence of realities and perspectives. As Friedrich Nietzsche postulates, the more perspectives one can gain on the world, or any of its phenomena, the richer and deeper will be one's interpretations and knowledge. In fact, it is the union of these supposedly different realities that is the main source of the humor. In the above example, part of the humor comes from the co-location and connections between Habitat for Humanity, President Jimmy Carter, lost love, and a hard labor peanut plantation. The world of the herald, therefore, like the postmodern world, is a hyper-reality, a world of self-referential signs, which leads not to an objective or universal reality, but to a very specific and often absurd individual reality. For example, if the theme is democracy, a herald might explore the positive development of democracy, but also the downside of democracy, the disenfranchisement of minority groups, and America's non-democratic forcefulness in promoting democracy abroad. A group might explore a new origin story for democracy that rejects the traditional positive ideas revolving around democracy, or present ancient Greek or American democracy from the viewpoint of the disenfranchised, a democracy that does not look much different from more dictatorial forms of oppressive government. The meta-narratives of democracy would be brought forth and then deconstructed through the multiple realities, the illogical connections, and the herald encourages improvisers to explore. Interestingly, while the herald works to deconstruct, Io and the herald have built up their own truth and their own guru and close. Meta-narratives about Io, Delclose, and even the herald itself have heavily influenced the development of long-form improvisation. For example, Mark Napier and the Annoyance Theater contested the meta-narrative of Io's improv philosophy and sacrosanct view of the herald by creating a company that focuses on breaking rules, often those of Io's like Support Your Partner, and stretching the notions of what can be considered long-form improv. The truth of Io and the herald was replaced and subverted with a no-holds-barred approach that acknowledges that anything and everything can be improv, and is exemplified by the theater's free play mindset method. To understand the evolution and influence of the herald, the story of the herald's creation must be told before examining the ways in which it functions and is utilized in improvisational theater, and the ways that it has influenced American comedy in television and film. To get at the early beginnings of the herald, Seaham's and Sweet's books are useful, supplemented with interviews of improvisational professionals and improvisers that were instrumental in the development of improvisation, like Ted Flicker, leader of the St. Louis Compass. Moving past these early stages, interviews with Sharna Halpern and Kim Howard Johnson about the evolution of the herald and their own experiences with the form help more fully tell the story of the herald's evolution. Interviews with current students and performers likewise demonstrate the ways in which the herald is influencing the current generation of performers, as well as illustrating the ways said performers have been influenced by the herald. In addition to interviews, I attended numerous improv performances at IO, Second City, Upright Citizens Brigade, the Annoyance Theater, and several other small independent theaters, using material and notes from performers between 2008 and 2012. Comparing the current performances against the original herald described in Truth and Comedy helps show the development of the form and its vast influence. Finally, I've used my own experiences over 15 years of performing and teaching improvisation and the herald to help support and illustrate various theories and ideas.